Hi everybody, it's Friday. Are you guys ready for the end of the week? Did everybody have a good week? It came and went so fast for me. You know, I'm still just, I think I'm just getting done with last Friday's events and catching up with everybody and getting those fun care packages together for you guys. So, now we're getting ready to do a whole nother Friday. So, if you guys don't know, or if this is your first time joining me, hi, I'm Kay, your host for Bead With Me from Stars Beads here in Vienna, Virginia. I like to show you quick and easy techniques, some the beads, the bead business, you know, tips, techniques, kind of, you know, whatever is crafty and creative is what I like to do. So we have something called a Friday Night Live. So if you're joining us for the first time, we have been playing with buttons all week. So you can kind of see I have a little selection, some beautiful vintage buttons from Germany. So we'll be showing those off tonight. And we have something called a Friday Night Live. It happens at 8 o'clock. It's a sip and shop, and it's just a nice laid back where people are getting together. You guys can watch together, hang out with me, grab a glass of wine, and look at some pretty things, okay? And then throughout this past week, I've been kind of showing you different projects and stuff. I have those here with me, you know, so we made like this bracelet on Monday, so showing off different ways that you can use these buttons, okay? I know lots of people have buttons at home already, but we also know we can always add more too, because these are vintage, and as we discussed a couple weeks ago, vintage means that it's really old, okay? So these things are no longer, this one we just made yesterday, so this fun rainbow colored set using some fun strawberry here, let me see, but they're vintage, so that means, one, they're no longer made. You cannot get some of the quality of some of these buttons anymore, okay? And sorry guys, there was only one of this one, and I'm keeping it. Sorry. I had to do a lot of sorting, and there was just a couple that even I have to collect, okay? But we've been playing with buttons all week so that you can, you know, start learning how to make quick and easy earrings, clasps, bracelets, and start using those buttons. Get those out, okay? So today, I thought I was inspired by one of you guys, and so we've been playing around obviously with buttons all week, and we did a project last week, which was the leather and chain bracelet. It's been very popular. I can make custom kits for you guys. These bubble beads are coming, so some of these things that I might be using, you can use a variety of different things, and that's what I'm going to show you here today. But we had Miss Paula use buttons in the weave, and so I wanted to do one too because I thought that would look really cool. So I brought out some finer chain here. So the style when we did it last week was a 7mm Rolo using 2mm chain, and then whatever beads, about an 8mm bead to go in here, and that can fit a 2mm hole. Hello up in Salem. Hey Deborah, thanks for joining me. Hello Doris. Hey Martina. Hey Gina, glad you made it back home with the dog. Hey Michelle, nice to see you. From Barbados, I believe, right? Okay, so, but today I want to take it a step smaller, so if you guys are not into big, chunky, and loud, kind of like I am, then we can go into skinny little minis. Hello there from Chicago. So I'm going to do something similar to this. Let's see, we can kind of see what this is going to look like, only I'm going to try to use some buttons. Oh, here's a sneak peek. So if you're loving buttons, these are going to be very unusual at a rockin' price, okay? Let's see. Where did I put my... Okay, so today I picked out a little set. I'm going to do a silver combination. Let me set this here. Oh, you guys, just a little quick thank you. I got these cute little cards made, so for all of you guys that have been shopping, you'll be getting these cute little cards just to say thank you. I really appreciate you guys and all the support you guys are giving me, okay? Okay, ready, here's the design that I picked out, because I couldn't have all my spread of buttons here since we gotta have them ready for tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna use antique silver chain, and I decided upon this combination. All right, you guys can let me know what you think. I'm going with these beautiful hand-painted combination. So I picked out some black, and then I think I'm also gonna use those little mini Boro beads. Okay, so they're just like these ones, and we will be getting both sizes in here shortly. Okay, these were the jumbo, so I know you guys have liked this color. If you want this color, you guys can go ahead and let me know so that I can make sure I get enough of this particular color. We're gonna get a whole bunch of different colors, but if you guys are after this one, shoot me a message, okay, so I can grab a list of how many of this I'm gonna need. Okay, one strand is what you'll need to do a bracelet, and you'll have some left over. Okay, which is why I use those in that bracelet in the sample, because they were my leftovers. Okay, but these are minis. Okay, so the bracelet that I just showed you, wherever it just disappeared. Okay. This was using the mini Boros. Okay, and you can see they're organic. Hey there, Lynn, from Southern California. Nice. So this is what the Boros are going to look like. They look a little crazy on the strand, but you know, once they get put into this design, they're going to sit up quite nicely. Okay, which is why I think they will go really nicely with my buttons. Okay, and I'm still kind of deciding on a closure here. Okay, I have a couple choices, but I'm in the middle. All right, so this is what we're going to start with. I'm going to use some 1mm leather. I'm going to use just a black color here, keeping it so that it stands out. Actually, this might be brown. Let's see, I thought I had black. Okay, let me grab black. I'm just gonna double test. I actually have a 1.5mm, but that'll fit. So I'm gonna use a 1.5mm. You need about four feet, but it's always better to have more than enough, so I tend to do 2 yards because that's cutting it what we cut it here at the shop. So we'll get this started. All right, let me see if we get the better angle. Remember, if you guys do have a project board, this is handy to stick it onto there as you get started. And show you. But anything that you can pin it to, if you have styrofoam or something, or any cork board, you can certainly do this. Make up your own little project board until I get some more in. All right. So I think that I am upside down to you guys. So that's what I remember from this last time. Okay, let me just change my angle here. See, we'll switch sides so we can be doing this right side up for you guys. All right, so I have that chain, you guys. I'm using a nice textured chain I have gold and silver right now. I'll be working on getting some more of the colors. Normally carry antique copper as well, and then a bright silver. Okay, but these are the 2 colors we have in stock right now. That runs $5 a foot if you guys want some. All right, let's see. Now we'll get this project board up close so we can see what we're working on. Okay, so I'm gonna pin this Remember, we want to start on the third link. That way then you have some flexibility on how you want to end it. So I'm going to pin the second link so that I can start on the third link. And today I may move a little fast since we had done this one already, but this will get your project out. So we're using 2 pieces of chain here. I am going to try to get away with 1 foot, so cutting that chain into half, so I have 2 6-inch pieces. You know, you can always add rings to make it a little bit longer to add to your clasp. Okay, so these are my buttons that I have here today, and I'm going to be kind of guesstimating where we're going to want them. I know that in the bracelet it comes out to be about 21, so I'm going to kind of do every 3rd bead because I think I have like 7 buttons here. So I think this is the order I want to do them in. So there's going to be my buttons, and then I think I'm going to put these little pink ones in the in-between to give it a little bit more color. But, you know, I don't really know. We're going to try it out. Okay. Where'd my leather go? Oh, fell on the floor. Alright, so this first one, I'm going to put a pink bead on there. So I'm going to start kind of like you would your shoelaces. I'm going to stick the leather through, but I am going to stick this bead on. And then go all the way through, and then I'm going to even out my leather here, so that I'm in the middle. And then as things will tighten up, these things will start sitting up a little bit, okay? So we're going to take our left strand, and remember, when we're going through the left, we are going to do no beads, and we are going through every other link here. So we just went through the 3rd link, now we're going through the 5th link. Okay, and we're working with a little bit smaller chain this time around, okay? So I always like to teach you guys on something a little bit bigger, and then you can make it into smaller. Hold on, what did I do here? I think I flipped something around here. So we're taking, I think I got my strands mixed up. Alright, so we're taking into the 5th one with no beads, and we want to make sure that this one stays along the bottom, so that when I do my next one, which in this case I am going to go ahead and, let's go ahead and stick on a button. So I'm doing the chain, then the button, and then the chain again. Okay, and you can see how that kind of makes the button sit up nice, and then that pink one will come around eventually. Okay, right now I'm not going to worry about it, just because we're just getting started, and things always look a little funny when they first get started. And this will be good doing it about every 3, because it'll give spacing to the buttons. In this case I'm using the little pink borrow beads, but you don't have to use a bead at all if you don't want to. If you like the color of your leather, that's very decorative in itself. But I want a little bit of color. See how it'll look. I think this is gonna be fun. Another way to use buttons. Been seeing a lot of cool button stashes, you guys. Thanks so much for sharing all your fun designs. So sometimes I'll push this one down on the left hand side before I pull my right one through, okay? But see how nice and cute that little pink is gonna look? And when we get those other buttons on there, it's gonna get cuter. Okay, so what did I decide? Every 3? So maybe I should do one more pink one. I do 21 and I have 7 buttons. That's every 3, right? So doing math with my son, doing little math sentences. Telling him if I give him 6 Oreo cookies and he decides to eat 4, how many Oreo cookies do we have left? This is a snug fit, it looks like. Plus, I am working in a tight space also. So you guys probably have a little bit more room than I'm trying to squeeze, so you guys can see what I'm even doing. All right, how does that look? You liking that? Yeah, we'll be getting everybody some of these beautiful boro beads. Like that in the pink. Yeah, let's see, Lynn, I end up using 2 yards. I think in the project you can get away with using 4 feet, I think, if you want to get technical. I would rather have more than enough. All right, we're going to see how this one turns out. We're going to do 2 pinks. So I started off with the pink, then I did a button, and then now I'm going to do I did 2 pinks after that, and then I'm going to do a button. So I gotta go through the chain first. Sometimes that's what you forget is gotta remember to go through the chain, and then you can go through the button. Okay, and then now you'll see that I'm not pulling all the way through. You know, I don't go put it through the chain, pull all the way through, put it through the button, pull all the way through. I'm just going through the chain, the button, then the chain, and then I pull all the way through. Unless you want the exercise, it's totally good. Let's see how that cute one looks. I like that. So we'll have to thank Paula for that one. Let's see. Seeing how it sits as it goes, because those boros are there. The Rollo chain here is a 5mm. This is a 5mm textured, and I have that here in gold and silver. And the leather cord is a 1.5mm. We're using about 2 yards here to start. And then you can also catch the replay. You know, I'm worried about if I'm trying to stick another one in there, but once it bends. Okay, remember when I was telling you guys when we were using some of the smaller or the bigger beads? Okay, sometimes when it curls on your wrist, you won't notice that, you know, this is, you know, maybe sitting up funky. Yeah, Paula. Hey, Paula. This one is a tribute to you. Thank you so much for, you know, sharing using a button. I think so. We're trying it out right now and seeing what we think. All right, I'm going to put another boro down underneath it just to see how this is going to sit before I do any more, because I may not put a boro bead at all on the top if this is sitting a little funny. We'll see. I don't want too much tension on it, but I think once it curves, I think it's going to be okay. Okay. But we'll see. That's the fun part. You get to see what beads will fit leather, right? A lot of hole sizes, so if you're looking at kind of your stash and looking through your gemstones and stuff, a lot of the size holes are like 0.9mm. So it doesn't even fit a 1. And I don't really like 1mm leather because it's really thin. So unless you're going to be able to have plenty of support, then... Alright, I'm just seeing how this is going to kind of sit. Might do... Well, I just think I'm going to continue. Alright, so I'm going to do 2 pinks and then a button. And we're going to see how that flies. Because I think once it bends on the wrist, it might be a little bumpy looking right now. But once it's on the wrist, they're going to be sitting up really pretty, which that's the goal, is to show off these beautiful hand-painted vintage buttons. We decided vintage was at least 20 years. Okay, I think antique was 100. And, but I think that people really like it to be older than 20. So these buttons that we have are from the 1950s going to the 1990s. Yeah, well, silk wrap sound pretty. So nice and dainty where there's not a lot of tension on it. Okay, you see I'm pulling tight as I'm going. You can certainly adjust once we get to the end, but I'm just trying to do it as I go, so I'll have less to do. It's good to do a couple at the beginning, and then you can tighten it, and then you can it'll be easier to keep your tension throughout. Okay. And the reason I want this one to be sitting a little bit tighter, sometimes I don't mind it being loose, but we want these buttons to sit up. It is not that old. I think it should really be like 50 years if you're going to be considered vintage. Either way, the production of these buttons are no longer made, just kind of like you, right? You guys are all special that way. Let's see. Did I get that? All right. We're just about halfway. Coming along. Keep scooting this board up a little bit. So when this curves up, these buttons are going to be sitting up. I like that. Alright. And let's see. I'm hoping we measured this right, though. We'll find out. At least we can get the look. Measuring is a whole nother ball game. Okay. Bubble bead. I really like these pink beads. I thought they matched the button just perfect. So, Amy, if you're watching, you might have wanted to get these bubble beads. We were looking at them. But I decided they looked really nice with these. I'm going to have a few left over, so if somebody wants some of these pink ones, I can get you a little stash of pink. I like that. It's going to look nice when it's done. You know I'm into quick and fast projects, so I gotta get home and get a nap before our Friday Night Live here, guys. Who's with me? We've got hundreds of buttons to go through this evening. But I just had to try this out. Thought Paula had a good idea going. Alright, we're going to put on a button now. Let's see. Oh good, you'll be there. I'll be there too. Alright, I think we got this middle one going now. We've made it to the center. I'm going to put this center one on there. Yeah, Patty, you have your pre-order getting your dibs. So you guys, technically you guys can get your dibs now. It's only by color choice. So you can tell me you want a yellow, a black and gold, or black and silver, all black, clear, or clear whites. I'll try to get close, but can't be a guarantee. They're going to be pretty though. The blues are gorgeous again. All right, Patty, I'll save these little pink beads for you. Let's see how this sits here. There's that middle one. Very pretty. halfway. I love how fast these make up. Of course, the smaller you go, it does take a little bit longer. Let's see, floral bead. And see if that'll sit under there. You guys requesting the color of boro beads? What are we naming colors here for? I have purple and turquoise. There's gonna be all sorts of colors. It's gonna be a whole nother game of who's gonna get what color. When we do that Friday Night Live debut, that's gonna be a good one, you guys. I can't wait. I love bubble beads. And they'll come in every color, so don't you guys worry. We're not taking orders on bubble beads. You can only just claim these pink ones right now, since that's what I have. I'll see what other colors. I'll go look at my bowl. It's a very sad amount, I know. Plus, people have been coming to already get them. Oh, okay, you want your claim. Alright, you have to tell me how many bags, okay? So if you guys want a pre-order on buttons, you have to, don't leave it here in the comments. Okay? Leave it, send it to me in a message to the page. Okay? And you need to tell me how many bag numbers and what color. Okay? Alright, we're back to... I really like this button, you guys. Do you see that one? It's a pretty one. The hand-painted ones were super popular. I think I have some blue strawberries and cute little bears, and I think I have some little terriers too. If you're a dog person. They didn't have any cats. We have so many cat lovers. And I know button ladies are cat ladies too. Here's this hand painted so we can see those a little bit closer. So the buttons are nice, and then they're each all hand painted. So this one I've got a match of 3 here. Yes, I believe that there are still some of the ones that I am teasing you guys with now. So keep watch when I do the ones tonight, because I can't take specialty requests because they're bagged up already. So, but I can try to, I can't put that button there. You guys got me so excited about that hand-painted button. Alright, luckily that's only one pullback. Picked up that silver one and then got mesmerized by this hand-painted one. Yeah, we certainly do need more button bracelets. Don't worry, Rachel, you're not late. That's why there's replays. And I've got a lot of care packages coming to you guys. There's gonna be some happy people, and thanks for telling me, you guys, when you get them too. That makes me happy. All right, there's that. All right, 2 more bubbles. Let's see. We should have about a half a strand for you too for the rest of the pink ones. Let's see. All right. Just a couple more. think I'm going to put a magnetic on this one, just to show putting on a magnetic. I just had a request on maybe showing you how I put on magnetics. I don't know if that'll help you guys dealing with your magnetics. Okay, because obviously our pliers are magnetic, or our pliers are metal, so they magnetize. So I thought I can maybe show you, I guess, how I put them on when I deal with a magnetic. But you can put anything other than a hook. You can put a toggle. Of course, you can put the beautiful box clasps from Stars Clasps. Alright, I'm allowed to put a pink one on, right? Okay. Pink. Down to just a couple more. I think we've got 3 more pass-throughs, so 2, I need 3 of those. Alright, so I have 3, 6, 9, 10, I have 11. So I used a little bit more than half a strand, okay? So we'll see if that'll be enough leftovers, but you can certainly play with those. So we were doing every other link, remember, guys? So it's kind of always the one that's sitting on a vertical. Carol, yes, you can buy this one. We'll have to make our price on it, I guess. But yes, oftentimes I do put the things that you see on Bead With Me, they oftentimes are for sale. Every once in a while, maybe if I really, really fall in love with it. I might not. I've been collecting my own stash of buttons to try this with. This was a fun one. Let's see. And then we can make sure this one fits you, Carol. We can fit it to you. One more bubble, and then we'll put our last button on, and then we can cinch this baby up. And we'll still be able to squeeze in a nap before Friday Night Live tonight, you guys. I think we can do it. Ooh, so pretty! What a good pink. Alright, and this is the other button I used. For just being a simple black, it's pretty. Little flower. Sticking with the flower theme. Okay, we're just about at the end. I'm going to put on one last button, one last bubble bead. Okay, there's the button. And I think I want to end. I started with a bubble, so let's end with a bubble. I'll keep it symmetrical that way. And don't forget, guys, there'll be drawings and giveaways, so make sure you guys are posting. Okay, if you're wondering where to post, you need to post your creative things onto Stars Beads page, just onto the main page, not our groups and stuff. Okay, those are going to be a little bit different. I have to go back to attending those. So put it onto our main page. I want to see what you guys are creating. Okay, that's your best way to win at some of the giveaways. Oh, I forgot the bead. That's what I get for talking. Okay, this is the last. All right. It's looking pretty good. can undo this here. All right, what do we think, you guys? And then when it curves, so we can see how that's gonna look on the side angles. So even though, you know, I was worried a little bit about the bumping, I went ahead and went with it, because see, when it actually sits on the wrist, there's gonna be air there. So there's not gonna be too much tension, okay? Because these are glass, okay? So too much pressure on these shanks, they are gonna break, okay? That's gonna be looking good. All right, we're gonna get a different camera angle to finish this baby up. Alright, that's looking pretty good, you guys. That made up quickly. Let's see. So this is what it looks like. Let me think. So we can see it from afar. Goes nicely with my stack, right? I like the pink and black, kind of a little sweet, but a little edgy. That's what I like to think of myself. Okay. So on these ends, what we're going to do is we're going to just tie an overhand knot, okay? So I'm just taking both my fingers, and we want to get this as close as we can to the chain here, okay? I've already tightened this up, so if you are feeling like there's a little bit too much space in between here, you can just start at the very top and start pulling along the sides and working your way down, okay? And then just keep doing that, okay, until it's into the tight, as tight as you want it. Here's the back side, just so you can see all the lines here, okay? And then once that is, where you can go ahead and do that overhand knot. Oh, you guys, you like this one, huh? Thanks for all the hearts. Okay, so we're gonna do an overhand on this one. All right, so should we put a magnetic? I'll show you maybe some of the clasps that I was looking at. I'm gonna leave these on there, okay? Normally, what you would want to do is you want to cut these off, okay? All right, here's that magic super glue we were talking about yesterday, okay? This little bottle of glue, we got it here, $3. Everybody's got to have some Euro glue, okay? And you're gonna just, once your knots are tied, you're going to just dab it right into the knot to keep it secure, okay? And then I'm also going to attach the rings. I'm not going to cut everything off because it looks like we have an interested person, so I just want to make sure that it fits them. So this is a way that you can do it. So if you're fitting somebody, that way then you can make some adjustments if you need to, okay? You want the, oh, you want a tube clasp? Okay, Carol, that's fine. I'll do a tube clasp for you. I'll look for that. Right now, oh, here I have a little tube clasp right here, actually, and it's magnetic. I think this will be good. Actually, I think it's a little, I was going to put this one on there, though, but I thought that was kind of cute. It was a stars clasp. Can you see it? I don't know. You guys can decide. You can help me here. Maybe a little light, too light. Oh, thanks, Mary. Hello up there in New Hampshire. Is it cold up there? Still want a tube, huh? Okay, let's go find a tube clasp. All right. I was going to see if I have a little 2-strand. If not, we can use a 3-strand, and then we can cut it off. Because if you can think it, you can do it. Yep, it looks like a bright silver. Okay, so Carol, we're going to use a 3-strand, but we'll clip off the center. Okay. All right, you guys, so we'll need our, okay, these are the fine chain nose I love. I'm going to get 2 so that we can open and close those rings easily. And we'll flip this around so we can do the ending together, okay? So there's a variety of ways that you can end it. You can use a box clasp. You can use a magnetic like this. Okay, you can use a tube, you can use a toggle. You can see on the one I had was a big abalone. You can see on this style here, we'll just go over these real quick. So this is the tube style, and that's going to close. I think that's what we're going to do on this one. Here's the magnetic attached to the other magnetic. Now, on this particular design, if you guys are going to be using the bigger style chain, this clasp is great, but I would suggest adding a safety because this is a pretty weighty piece. Even though this is a very strong clasp, as I've told you, magnetics are not going to hold up the whole world. Okay, they do a great job, but you know, this is a heavy bracelet. Okay, I think it would hold a lighter one like this a little bit better since we're using everything smaller. Okay, so you could put that on there. We're gonna do a tube though for Carol. Okay, so I told you I'm gonna leave the leather on there right now just so we can be sure that it fits before we get official, but we're literally going to just be opening some jump rings. And I have told you guys before, I like jump locks. Okay, jump locks are heavy duty thick jump rings. Okay, what they are is pretty much hardened wire, thicker gauge, super flush. Okay, that means flush is that slit there is so straight and perfect so that once they're closed, it's almost like they're soldered closed. Okay, love these things. Okay, I'm gonna start off on this end just so we can show you with ease and not have all the leather sticking out. Okay, but we can see this is a 2-strand, and because we're gonna use the tube, I can actually cut those little links off. Sometimes when we were condensing down, remember, into say a box clasp, you can go ahead and use those 2 links and then hook into a single. Okay, this time we're going to be hooking into a double. We'll have to just measure it for you. I'm guessing this is what it'll come out to be, is about a 7-inch after we add this on here, Carol, but we can be sure. Okay, so this time I'm going to leave that one, but I'm going to leave it on there. So we're opening and open that jump ring and closing. And it closes real easily. Okay, so that's one side, and then we're going to get to the other. So what we're doing when we're opening and closing jump rings, you guys, okay, can you guys see this? Can we even see the slit right there? Maybe not focusing. Okay, so see that slit? I'm holding the plier as close to it as I can, and then this is kind of on a perpendicular, almost a 90-degree down here, but I can also hold a little bit closer if you want. I want to open from front to back. Okay, then we'll hook in the pieces that you need. That's always the tricky part too, is trying to get the pliers in the right place so that you have enough space to get all your parts in and get your pliers around. Okay, kind of think of it like putting papers in the binder and you're trying to squeeze in those last papers. Okay. And when I'm closing the jump ring, I'm kind of pushing my pliers together this way, okay, as I'm closing, so that way then I can help get my edges lined up perfect. Okay, so in this case I would cut these little rings out, okay, and probably this middle ring for this clasp, okay, but essentially that's going to be how we end it. Okay, then we'll hook on to the other side here like this, And you can see we had a little extra length. Like I said, I'm leaving this on there just in case, you know, don't worry, Carol, I'm not going to cut it. But for all showing purposes, that's essentially what you're going to need to do, okay? So hook up the clasp. If you guys check out the leather and chain video, let's see, I guess it was maybe last Friday, I think we did this. You can see this again, and then also, I think actually it was last Thursday, and then the Friday we also went back over all the different types of closures and what those can look like for you, okay? And I won't cut anything. Don't worry, Carol, I've got this safe and sound for you. All right, you guys. Oh, and then I think yesterday I had some requests, but we had done this bracelet, and this was the clasp that we had used. Okay, so this, if you guys want this clasp, this is a leather magnetic Gluon clasp. Okay, it's a 10 millimeter for flat, you know, but it's a 10 millimeter flat leather. Okay, we carry it in, let me show you. I thought I'd just show it really quick because I've been getting requests for it. So here we have it in the silver, the copper, the gold, and an antique brass. They are all running $10. And then there's also some decorative ones. So if you guys are looking for something a little bit fancier, we also carry those too. Okay, and they might have some different openings, but you know, as you saw, we were just kind of fitting what we could in through there. Okay, these are about 10 millimeter. This looks like it's a little bit smaller, and this one you could fit a little bit more. Okay, so we have those available here for you. You can just let me know if you're interested in those. Okay, guys, that covers Friday. We made ourselves a beautiful bracelet. I always like finishing something on a Friday too. Okay, so we can, it's like finishing and wrapping up the week, and then we will get started again next Monday for a brand new week of surprises. Okay, that's part of Bead With Me. I know that I've had some requests of you guys wanting some kits and wanting to actually bead with me. However, you know, the basis of the show is kind of going through your stash, having some things. You know, a lot of times you're not always going to have everything, so, you know, usually I'll be probably holding that, you know, one part that you need, okay? There's little secrets of keeping you coming back to come play with me. But, you know, the whole goal is that it's kind of, you know, going, you can do the replays. If you want any parts, I'm certainly happy to get those to you. But for me, it's kind of the spontaneous part of the fun of not knowing what I'm going to make. I like surprising you and keeping it fresh for myself as well. But I always am having some things planned. I'm really excited for the next couple weeks coming. I don't plan on making any sudden changes to the schedule, you guys, right now. I think that it's been working pretty well. Doing video chats, you guys can certainly come in for your little speed shopping missions, and I'm happy to ship to you, curbside pickup, you know, any way that you're, you know, willing to work. We certainly have a lot of different ways that you can still get your bead stash, okay? And I think that kind of covers it. Oh, last thing is, you know, remember to follow us here on Facebook. I guess if you're on here, you're already doing that. But another big thing is I'm also putting these all up onto YouTube. So make sure you guys subscribe on there. It helps me with the algorithms, getting me up there. I'm trying to own our own channel, so every support, every bit of sharing that you guys can do really helps me a lot. So thumbs up, follow, you know, all those sort of things, okay? But if you can hop over, it's on, if you have a difficulty, I'll put the link in here for the YouTube, but it's also on starsbeads.com, and you can just click on the YouTube button. It'll take you to our page, and you can see all the things being brought up so that you can catch up on all the replays of the Bead With Me's that have been actually gathering up. I can't believe I have so many videos up, and you guys are watching me at all random times. It's still a little fresh for me, but I thank you. I appreciate all of you guys, and much love to you guys. Hope everybody had a great week. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I hope to see you guys tonight, 8 p.m. Facebook Live right here. Okay, awesome. Have a good one, you guys.